Megan from Manifesting Me. Thanks for joining me. I write, talk about, and teach manifesting. I also offer one-on-one customized manifesting sessions, which I've linked to in the description box of this video if you're interested in checking those out or booking one. If you'd like to buy a copy of The Pocket Guide to Manifesting, it's available on Amazon.com. I've also linked to that in the description box. Please, if you like the video, give it the thumbs up. It helps other people find it in our community. And subscribe if you want to know when new videos are posted. So I just wanted to pop in real quick, say hi, see how everyone is doing, and share what's going on in my week so far. It's been a good manifesting week in terms of some kind of cool things showing up, and I'm having fun with it. And also some things that I'm working on for next week. And so to start with, I booked my first ever natal chart reading with Jenny Burak, who's an astrologer that I've been listening to for a little over a year. And I just decided, you know what, I would love to get it done. I would like to know, from a professional, what my chart entails in all of the detail. And I've looked at my chart before, but I'm not an astrologer. I really don't know how to read them, so I'm always relying on somebody else's written interpretation. And I was like, no, I'm going to book a live session, and I did. 3-month waiting list, good for her. And when the day was yesterday, I was beside myself, giddy. It was on the calendar. I'm talking to my husband about it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. I was hoping I wasn't going to fangirl out on her. I think I did okay. But it was a fantastic, fantastic 2 hours. And I just got so much insight into my life, so many things that I just went, oh yeah, that's why that happened that way. And now the day before, I happened to be driving and listening to a podcast, and in that particular podcast, the person was talking about how anybody who identifies as an empath, a healer, a light worker, or a starseed, and I do identify with that group, this person was encouraging us to get our natal chart read by someone so that we could better understand and navigate these sort of challenging times that we're in right now. And I thought, what perfect timing. This podcast doesn't talk about stuff like that. They don't promote and say, get your chart done, get it done by me. Here's a link. This particular person just happens to, talk about what energies are going on in our universe at any given time. And so that was interesting and unique. And of course, my ears perked right up. And then I was laughing because I thought, what great timing, because I'm getting my chart read for the first time tomorrow by somebody. And isn't that the way? If we pay attention, the universe talks to us. And I think if we learn to pay attention, we will get so many confirmations, signs, symbols, messages from the universe to let us know, hey, you're on the right path, or I hear you. I hear what you're asking for, and yeah, we're working on it. I've talked to a lot of people who are good at picking up on symbols and messages from the universe, and I'll tell you what, I think it just makes life more fun. And, if you ever have a question about whether or not you're receiving a message from the universe, chances are, and in my opinion, you are. So the answer is yes. So that was really cool. And so another cool thing that happened is I was on social media, and my friend Keith Smith, who is an author, he's published a few books now. He just came out with a new book, and it's called Nowhere Near the Middle. And it came out maybe 3-4 weeks ago. Well, one of our mutual friends said, hey, Megan, I'm going to get this book. I'm going to read it, and I would love to share it with you and send it to you. That would just be a cool way to, kind of connect over one of our friends' written pieces. And I thought, yeah, sure, let's do that. We've shared books before. It's fun. I was like, yeah, I'm not in a rush. I've got some other books I can read in the meantime. So that was the agreement. And I had just put Keith's book on my Amazon wish list. I do that just to kind of keep track of things that I want to make sure I get around to. Well, one day earlier this week, I was, again, checking out social media. Keith had posted how he'd received another 5-star review on the book. And I thought in my head, I have got to get in on this action. I need to read this book. That was the extent of it. Well, later that night, Jim comes home from work and he brings the mail in and he says, hey, this package is for you. So I opened it up, and in the box is a copy of Nowhere Near the Middle. I was floored because he would have had to have ordered the book at least 3 or 4 days prior. But of course, isn't that the way manifesting works? We think something and then voila, it shows up. So that was terrific. I was thrilled about that. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, okay. So here's something that I'm working on for next week. I had to remind myself there, getting so caught up in my Keith story. So I was invited to speak to a psychology club at a college, and that is happening next week. So I'm excited about that. I'm manifesting that it's going to be a blast. Here's the end result that I'm after. And, this is how I manifest, is to jump to the end result that I'm after in terms of feeling. I want to feel like it's so much fun from start to finish, that I am having a blast. The energy's positive. The interaction is wonderful. People are asking great questions, and we're all just having a glorious time. And by the time I'm done, I just think, oh my God, that was so cool. I would do that again and again and again and again. Thank you, universe. So that's what I'm working on. I'll report back and let you know how it goes. Interestingly, that experience came about because I was listening, this was maybe a month or 2 months ago. I happened to be listening to some Wayne Dyer, and they were talking about how Dr. Dyer was an associate professor at a college. And the thought just ran through my head, oh, it'd be really cool to speak at a college or even to teach at a college. That'd be great. The next day, I got a text from a student at a college who had seen one of my videos and asked if I would consider speaking to their psychology club. Isn't that great? I'm telling you, this manifesting stuff is fantastic, and everyone can do it. We're all equally powerful. We all can just weave the magic that we're after. Nothing special about me, so I hope you guys are all having great experiences with manifesting as well. The last thing I want to share is this week has also reminded me that times when I've really wanted something, I've been manifesting something and I want it a lot. So my desire is high. In times like that, there's something kind of slippery that happens where the more I want something, it almost feels like the further I push it away. I don't know if you've had that experience too. And I think that it's related to the idea that when we want something a lot, we also are triggering a fear of what it's like if we don't get it. It could be a real subtle fear. It doesn't have to be anything real in our face. I'll give an example from my own life. For probably the 10 years before I met Jim, I was single, and one of my goals was to find my perfect for me partner. And that was something that I really, 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 really wanted. And I thought for all the right reasons, of course, right? But it seemed like I was meeting nice people, but they were the wrong people. And in terms of, a forever partner. So as the saying goes, what is it? I kissed a lot of frogs, but none were my prince. And I remember that a tumultuous relationship had just come to an end. And the challenge of that relationship and the time I was going through, when I got to the other side of it, I just kind of took this deep breath and had a realization. And the realization that I had was, you know what? If I never meet my perfect partner, if I'm single for the rest of my life, I think I'm okay with that now. Because I was at a point in life that I really enjoyed being with myself. I liked who I was. I liked the life that I was living. And I didn't really feel like I needed something or somebody else to complete it. Guess what happened the next day? That's when Jim reached out for the first time. Jim and I met online, and the rest is history. So this week I was reminded of some things that I was I'll say working to manifest. And when they weren't happening as easily as they've happened in the past, I kind of had to go, why? Oh, wait a second. I think I wanted them too much. So that's just something. I think manifesting wants us to have fun. And that's another message that's come up over and over for me this week. Have fun, have fun, have fun. It's a great time of year. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's springtime. What a perfect time of year to just come back to life, have fun, keep things loose, easy, see what happens. I think when we're in that mindset, everything that we want just happens a little bit quicker. So that's what I have for you. I hope you guys are all having a great week. And yeah, I guess until next time, right? Hey, happy manifesting.